Hello there. My name is Tamara Bartmus, and I am an independent astrologer, a natural wellness educator, and an energy worker. And today I wanted to jump on and do a live. This is my first live on my channel. Hopefully the first of many, because I am so excited about the things that I want to help people understand about astrology. And I know I haven't really primed my channel yet for complete astrology. I have a lot of Sanditon fans following me because of videos I've made in the past, which I still love and adore my Sanditon. And I appreciate all the fans who follow me here because of that. And I hope to have more content around Sanditon and astrology, characters and actors that I've done some things in the past. But today I want to talk a little bit about this Libra full moon and what it means, because when the sun moves into Aries, it is really like the start of a fresh new year. And when you start something fresh, it just feels good to start at the beginning. And that is the Aries energy. In fact, Aries has the energy of the sun moving through Aries has a lot for all of us. It means a lot for all of us. And everybody has Aries energy on their birth chart. In fact, most people think, oh, it doesn't relate to me because I'm a, Taurus or I'm a Gemini. They think in terms of just their personal sun sign. And when you understand astrology, you begin to understand that you are all the signs of the zodiac, and you have all of those things playing a part in your own whole self, your whole personality. And there are different parts of the birth chart and the planetary influences that trigger or help us express ourselves more and have lessons for us to learn. I personally view astrology as a informative tool to understand more about the nuances of our individuality. I don't use it more as a predictive tool in my realm. I know that there's people out there that do. I use it more as a form of understanding myself and my relationship with myself, as well as my understanding of other people and compassion for other people. And it also enriches my understanding of my relationship with God. And so with all those things in context, I want to talk a little bit about this particular Libra full moon. It's the first full moon of the cycle that begins with Aries, and then it, as the new year starts in Aries, it goes to Taurus, then Gemini, and then Cancer, and it continues around the circle of the constellations of the zodiac. And if you understand the sun's movement, you begin to understand that the sun is about this part of our consciousness, our awareness of ourself. And it's getting refined every time it moves through a new sign. And it culminates with the Pisces sign of wholeness and healing and understanding. And then we begin a new cycle of growth as well. So with that context, when the moon is moving through all of the signs in a month period, the sun only moves through all the signs in a year period. And so this dance, you could say, of the stars in the sky is refining and presenting opportunities and challenges and an energetic influence on our personal growth and development. And everybody's experience is going to look different because everybody's imprint, I guess you could say, with their birth chart also looks different. So this particular full moon has a lot to do with our understanding of ourselves as individuals and the understanding of what that looks like in relationship with other people. And that's the Libra energy. So Libra and Aries are opposing signs in the zodiac. And on that axis, they have a tension, a natural tension to them, but then we learn through experience and through life how to merge them or how to live in harmony between the two, sort of like creating that balance of them. Aries energy is all about trailblazing. It's all about wanting to move forward, really tapping into what are your instincts saying and really honoring those instincts. Libra is the energy that's saying, hey, before you tap into your instincts, maybe check in with some people around you for good feedback before you just jump in and move and do something. I think that that is this contrast that happens with the Libra full moon, is experiencing that, hey, you might have emotions or past experiences, which is very a moon energy, that are correlating to relationships or dynamics in close relationships in your life. And for you to be able to move forward as an independent person, which is the Sun in Aries, you actually need to release and let go of those old energies of the past relationships and the imprints of those lessons. Everybody who is familiar with, and if you're not familiar with astrology, I have a free cheat sheet that you can download and begin your study. I'll link that in the description below after the live. But it's really about seeing and learning how to see yourself through heaven's eyes, I say, to see not everybody has dominant Aries or Libra lessons to learn. And so, but it does impact us in unique ways and individual ways. So for me, I am a Libra rising, which means that my Aries energy is on the opposite side of the chart for my rising sign. And that means that I have a lot of key lessons to learn about how I am as an individual and how I show up in a relationship and how to harmonize that. Everybody has the Libra and Aries energy showing up at different locations and areas of their life on their birth chart. So it's really important to begin to understand how to read your own birth chart. What is it saying and what does it mean? Because that gives you sort of this insight into your natural tendencies that help you be more conscious in your choices and help you choose something different for yourself. I personally sort of view it, you know how people have like personality tests, Myers-Briggs, or there's human design. There's also Strengths Finder. I mean, there's a variety of things out there, right? And I really feel like astrology is, to me, one of the most unique ones because it's based off of planets. It's not yes, it has been influenced by human, but I think these patterns by philosophers over the years have seen these patterns in tendencies, and you merge them and you see consistent patterns show up in understanding the planets, signs, and houses. And then you have that interpretation of what that looks like is for individuals, from a psychological standpoint, a behavioral standpoint, and even a physical health standpoint. So it's really fascinating to me. I love it. I love exploring and understanding myself better, and also helping other people understand themselves better. So with this Libra new moon, it's tonight at 10:33 p.m. Mountain Time, so whatever that is for your time, but really is an opportunity to explore relationships and heal old wounds from relationships and allow yourself to say, what did that relationship teach me about myself? How did I show up in that relationship? Was I all about me? Was I very self-centered, self-focused? Or was I all about the relationship and forgot about me? Because I feel like when I look at the Libra and Aries axis, the opposing 180-degree opposition there, I'm really looking at what is this, how can I learn to be me in the relationship? And my identity isn't the relationship. My identity is me, and I can show up with my needs and concerns and talk about that in the relationship and get good feedback. I think a lot of people tend to either be super self-focused or super relationship-focused. And the goal of a healthy dynamic of self and others is to learn how to be yourself in the relationship. And that means starting to learn about who you are and what your needs are. And we grow up in so many complex family situations that sometimes that we don't have a clear understanding of who we are or what our needs are. And so that can create its own challenges as we enter relationships. And that's this opportunity of a Libra full moon is really, hey, let's really examine this old energy and let's shed it. Let's let go of it. Let's overcome this so that we can really step into healthier relationships, where we are able to be ourselves in those places. Let's see. Another thing that I want to point out about this Libra full moon is that the Libra energy, it began 6 months ago with the Libra new moon. And that was September 25th. So when you reflect on that, I want you to think about what was I experiencing in my life, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and so just what was naturally occurring in my life, as well as what were maybe some of my intentions or goals around that time period that I was just instinctively connected to. And when you come 6 months down the road to right now with the Libra full moon, it's this opportunity to reflect and say, hey, were those intentions that I had 6 months ago, how am I doing on them? Do I see something more clearly? Do I have more idea, a vision of what I need to shift, or what I need to release, what needs to be done to be able to move forward and complete the cycle in 6 months time from now, and have this whole growth in our relationship self. And that is this new moon to full moon back to new moon growth. And I think that's really interesting to reflect on and to see for yourself what it is that has showed up in your life. Let's see, another thing that I noticed in just my personal reflections is that I have a lot of energy in my Libra that I need to and have spent some time reflecting on. So I actually have Pluto almost exact to this Libra full moon. And that presents a very small window, but an opportunity to do some clearing and healing around other relationships in my life that are directly impacting that. In fact, it's sort of fascinating to me that my parents' Saturn is almost conjunct the same point, the same degree in this full moon and in my birth chart. So it's a really beautiful opportunity to address how my parents' relationship taught me about me and how I sort of interacted in that relationship as their child over the years. So something, again, just to reflect on and learn as we go through this full moon portal. I really feel like when the sun moves through Aries, it is about developing the quality of, like, how am I going to stand up? How am I going to be independent? How am I going to be a pioneer? How am I going to assert myself and take action? When you learn how to read your birth chart, you begin to understand where this actually is showing up in your life. Some people, this might show up in their communication house, or others, it might show up in their healing house, or in your career house. For me, it shows up in my 7th house or my relationship house. So I feel like knowing, again, how to read your birth chart is really helpful. This particular full moon is sort of cool because it has Jupiter conjunct the sun, opposing that full moon, creating this opportunity to really bring in the energy of Jupiter, which is all about optimism and big goals and big dreams and big action, into the possibility for growth of yourself is so amazing right now. But you have to recognize the Libra full moon energy. You have to recognize, like, what are the things in your relationships, and your perception of what is a healthy relationship, your wounds from old relationships. You have to address those and shed those, release those, allow those to be buried and gone, so you can move forward into healthier dynamic and a healthier relationship dynamic. I think that Jupiter point is really helpful. I also feel like because Jupiter is in this position, it's opening up this opportunity that we're going to see later on in the year with when the sun moves through Leo, which is what the sun rules Leo, and when the sun moves through Sagittarius, which Jupiter rules Sagittarius. You're going to see this if you embrace the moment. If you become aware, if you choose to give attention to this, it's going to help this yourself grow in ways that you probably didn't conceive or imagine. But just trusting your gut and your instinct and following that with some healthy feedback and connection and good conversation with other people, you're going to be able to make some massive shifts in your own personal growth and development, which I find valuable. I think it's amazing when we can overcome our own insecurities, our fears, our worries, and we can really step forward and become more of who we naturally are, but life has sort of like hidden us under this under these things that are challenging for us. I would say also paying attention to Mars placement right now in Cancer presents a really interesting opportunity around knowing how to nurture yourself physically, with like do things physically to care for yourself, and that will have an impact on how you're able to process the old Libra energy. And then Venus in Taurus, also really important to be able to like identify what is it that I truly value about the things that I have, but also myself as a resource. What do I value about me? And that plays into this dynamic again about how you are in the relationships of your life. I think that's just really important to pay attention to. I feel like the full moon doesn't have to be like this revelatory, like, oh my gosh, my life has changed all over all of a sudden. It really is this beautiful opportunity just to be still, to be aware, and to like listen to your thoughts, listen to what your body is telling you. And oops, don't know why that just died on me. And be able to like make action, like take action based off of those quiet, still moments, instead of thinking that, oh, I need like some huge experience to happen. So I hope as you go into this full moon tonight that you really take advantage of the time. A full moon portal, in my perspective, is the I don't know, about 10-hour, it lasts for a bit more than just the moment. It's as it approaches the exact conjunction and as it leaves the exact conjunction, which can be around 24 to 35 hours. And so use that, like use the full opportunity. Don't feel like pressured to have to be like aware and conscious in the exact moment, but use the opportunity as it moves through this potent time period to actually make choices that, or think through and get more clarity and be able to see things with more clarity about what is really going on in yourself, within yourself, and how you're showing up in your relationship. So I hope that's helpful, and I will see if I can do this again on the next full moon. I'm excited for my opportunity to share more about astrology here on this channel, and I hope you will follow along in the journey. See you guys.